is thawing meat for suckers. Let's talk about that.
Good mythical morning.
You know, waiting for frozen food to thaw is like watching paint dry.
Yeah, it takes forever, and when it's finally done, you've already filled up on snacking on chips because you've been so freaking hungry.
Okay, what Link has just admitted is that he eats paint chips.
Okay.
And everything I've witnessed him do since first grade makes a whole lot of sense.
Having to thaw frozen food before cooking it is time consuming, it's kind of annoying. Honestly, it is the only reason that I don't cook.
Right.
So what if we threw out the thaw step entirely and just got straight to the cooking? What would happen? We should find out.
Yeah.
It's time for one was thawed and the other was frozen. Which one tastes best? Also, do these leder hosen go with this vest?
Frozen, that was a little bit of a stretch. But
And I'm not actually wearing, if I was wearing leder hosen right now.
yeah. Get the leder hosen! All right, we're gonna slap on our blindfolds in a second and taste a series of frozen foods that have been thawed before cooking and also ones that have been cooked directly from that frozen state. And then we're gonna see if we can tell the difference based purely on tasting them.
Okay.
The person who guesses the most right will, you know what? Win! And the loser
Yes.
will have to sit on a big bag of frozen corn throughout all the good mythical more. Let's get defrosted.
As you can see, we can't.
Now, it is typically recommended that you do not cook things from frozen, right? Especially when you're dealing with something like chicken. But we checked, and it turns out if you go to foodsafety.gov or you consult the USDA, you will find that you can safely cook chicken from frozen. You just cook it a little bit lower and a little bit longer. As long as it gets to 165 degrees Fahrenheit at the end, you're safe, man. Come on now.
Let's taste both. Our goal is to independently, that's a spoon, identify the thawed chicken. So I'm going on the assumption that the cooked from thawed is going to taste better.
So, yes, there is a chicken breast set in front of you that was thawed in the refrigerator overnight and then baked in the oven for 8 minutes, 30 seconds. And then there's also a chicken breast set that was baked from frozen for 9 minutes and 55 seconds.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna tell you what I think about that, but it tastes like chicken.
Well, I'm gonna say it's a little bit rubbery.
I'm coming over here with my fork, so just be ready. Teddy,
It doesn't taste great,
did I hit a plate?
but
Now, Link has dropped the other piece. You have to go further off the plate now onto his, yeah.
Hey. One.
did that first one taste more rubbery to you?
Rubber snubber. Chicken licking. I don't know, man. I don't like giving you hints, man.
I definitely know one of them tasted less rubbery and a lot better. But all you got to do is point, because I got blindfolds on. Which one do you think was more rubbery?
I mean, you know.
Which one do you think tastes better? All right, I'm ready.
Oh, which one was more rubbery? Oh, yeah, okay, well, but, yeah.
Okay, you're going to put your hand over the one you think is thawed in 3, 2, 1.
Whoop.
Yeah, we agree. There's a stark difference.
So yeah, I mean, this one is, it was just rubberier. Is that your experience?
Yeah, it was very rubbery, but I didn't want to say it because then it would be no fun.
Were we right?
You are both correct.
Okay,
Well,
this is not a subtle difference. This is like, and you said it was,
Yeah. That just wasn't
As
even
far
good.
as time,
the time difference was what?
like a minute 30, basically.
But the
Not-
prep
not that
time,
much
you had to add like overnight and thawing and stuff. It's like,
It's crazy that just like a minute
yes.
and a half more in the oven caused it to get to the right temperature, but it was just, it feels overcooked. It tastes overcooked.
yeah, you got to be a thaw daddy.
Okay, guys, in front of you, you have 2 sets of skirt steaks. One was sealed in a plastic bag and thawed in cold water for 3 hours and then seared for 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And the other was seared from frozen for 8 minutes and 50 seconds.
This is a nice medium rare.
I'm just going to use my hands. Excuse me.
That's a little chewy.
Of course,
Give me a second.
one of them definitely has a better taste, I think.
Really?
I think there's a
Good Lord.
there's a far superior taste happening on one side versus the other, and the chewiness. I do think there's a difference.
There is a chewiness discrepancy,
Yeah.
and there's a taste discrepancy, and it is intense.
Oh yeah.
It is intense.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This seems obs.
Okay, hand over the thawed steak in 3, 2, 1.
It's got to be this one.
Are
The
you not
thawed-
over here?
No. Steak is on Rhett's side.
Yeah, man, that tasted like crap, dude.
Well, my half tasted better over here.
Really? It was super tough. Like, I
think-
couldn't chew this one, and I couldn't even bite that one.
Oh, yeah, but I thought this one tastes better. I think I got some more fat, and that tasted good.
I don't know which one's mine, but no, I thought that this was more tender. This is a tough cut of steak, just to begin with. The skirt steak is kind of tough. Usually you want to slice this like kind of thin, put it on a taco or something. But I got to say that for me, there was a stark difference.
I guess it's
For
a
Link,
toss-up.
there was also a stark difference, but it was in the opposite direction. So
What does that tell you?
Over the Mythical Society, there's all kinds of things happening. And one of those things is, as Chase just described it, the best podcast offered by Mythical. It's the Mythical Crew podcast because it's hosted by Chase.
You can only listen to it if you're a Mythical Society member.
Right. And the episode that is out now is our special Pride episode featuring Stevie, Kiko, and Chris. So go over there and check that out.
Ooh, what's before us?
You have sets of Impossible burgers before you. One set of patties was thawed for 24 hours in the fridge and then grilled for 7 minutes and 55 seconds. And one was frozen and placed directly onto a griddle for 11 minutes and 15 seconds.
What was the
What's
thaw
the time difference? Thaw time, I'm not
Thawed
interested in.
time was 7 minutes and 55 seconds. And then frozen was 11 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, so a little bit longer.
Hmm.
Okay, again, immediate difference. I'm holding both my patties.
Immediate difference? There's no meat.
I have an opinion about which one I like, and I think it's probably not the one
One
that
of
was
them-
thawed.
One of them, the meat is looser. I call one of them loose meat. I call one of them tight meat. But the taste
That is good. That's
seems
so
to-
good.
yeah, the taste is the same to me.
Who needs meat, man?
The impossible has been achieved.
Okay, all right.
You ready? Put your hand over the thawed in 3, 2, 1.
Whoop. Oh, there we go. So we agree. You're voting on the loose meat.
Now, this one is better to me because it's crispy on the outside, but this one's the one that was thawed.
Yep, I agree.
because it's not as
You
I totally agree.
Are
We're on the
both?
same page.
incorrect.
No!
Oh,
Well, you know what? I like the one that was thawed, but it's crispier, isn't it?
well, it's crispier and it's tighter meat. It's got the tight meat.
So you're saying that when you thaw it in the fridge, the meat tightens up. But when you
And I didn't
freeze
think
it,
that.
it stays loose. That's the opposite of what
To be
One would
clear,
think.
we're not saying that. I believe Link is saying that.
If you like loose meat, then prepare it from, and it's not meat. If you don't like meat, but you like loose meat, then you need to not thaw it. I
But
think.
there is a time for tight meat.
Yes.
There's a time for tight meat. There's a time for loose meat. It depends on what mood you're in, and it depends on how late it is.
But there's no meat.
But there's no meat.
Before you is corn.
Corn
Piles
time!
of corn. Much like meat, you should avoid thawing most vegetables at just room temperature. So, one batch of frozen corn was sealed in a plastic bag and thawed in cold water for about 45 minutes before being boiled for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And one was just boiled from frozen at 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
This definitely seems like something you could just do from frozen. I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to worry about vegetable diseases. Vegetables aren't carrying around diseases.
and reaching a target temperature and stuff. Ow, my finger. My hand.
Where's it? Is it one corn pile or two
It's just like one big corn pile on each plate.
on each plate? So there's two total corn piles.
Yeah.
Corn pile. Corn piles are us. Step right up.
But
See a
the-
corn pile.
The people who are watching see two corn piles. But
Yeah. Well,
if I
now
do
there's
this-
there's like some miniature piles that have formed.
did I make two piles on this side? So now we have three piles.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
How many piles do we have now?
I just whipped the corn pile entirely.
I feel like this is what you two are going to be like when you start going to like cafeterias as your main
Oh,
restaurant.
we've already started.
All right. I can tell you right now, crapshoot. No difference.
These are so close.
If you've
man.
seen one corn pile, you've seen them all.
Hold on.
Smiles for miles at our 2 corn piles.
Wow.
No vote. Line
Okay.
up at
You
the
ready?
turnstile
I've gotta
to see
guess.
the corn piles.
3, 2, 1.
I have no clue.
This one has I feel like, maybe it's all in my mind, I feel like it has a slight, teeny bit more flavor.
The thawed corn is on Link's side.
Yeah, look at me getting lucky. Oh, yeah.
Those are incredibly
Step right
close.
up, watch Link get lucky between the corn piles.
Now, I will say, if you got a corn pile at home, whether it's frozen or thawed, I think you can just move forward with confidence.
Yeah. Never thaw your corn again.
Yeah. Now, nothing against White Castle, because I consider myself a fan, but when you don't know exactly what it is and you just smell, it kind of smells like somebody with body odor might have just passed you.
I think it's better that you have blindfolds on, really.
Wow, you're
So
right.
these are,
Thank you, Red.
You know, sometimes you're like, man, that
Body yoga burn.
Yeah.
guy in the gym smells like bologna.
Okay, so one of these was thawed, like the directions say, overnight, and then microwaved for 45 seconds. And then one was microwaved from frozen for 80 seconds. I think that you can do either, and we've done both.
I mean, if you got to thaw this stuff overnight, I mean, if you're eating White Castle, do you really plan 12 hours ahead? I mean, really?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, those two decisions, the Venn diagram
Doesn't
between
add up.
somebody getting White Castle from the grocery store and planning ahead. I mean, there's no crossover. There's a large gap between those two.
Is there cheese on this? I can't even tell.
Yeah.
Which one did I just bite? I don't know which one I just bought. Bit.
I think one of them
I
is,
bought both of them.
is a little soggier in the middle than the other one.
The bottom's a little soggier.
The bottom's kind of soggy in both of them, but it's more soggy with one of them than the other one.
Are you gonna eat both burgers completely?
Oh, no.
I almost have.
I keep almost biting them both at the same time like I did with the corn in the last round, and that doesn't make this easy. Okay, I'm ready to vote.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Oh, you're split.
okay, so it comes down to...
down to this.
Okay.
The thawed White Castle cheeseburger sliders are on red side.
What did you... So, you didn't think it was more soggy?
Oh, I ate both of them. Completely.
Well, look at how much I have left.
I thought this side was more soggy.
No.
The bottom side was soggier to me. That's why I went over here. But they were actually pretty close.
Yes, I think it's a toss-up. You have...
Lost.
No, you won.
No, you won,
This
Link.
is your side. This is,
Oh, I was right.
Yeah.
You said it was thawed, and you were right.
I thought your reaction was a little bit weird.
Celebrate, man.
Yay! They really taste the same, so I don't feel like much of a winner. But you need to sit on some frozen corn because
This is
I earned it.
This is a punishment. Okay, whatever. Take me
Get
back to
those-
my vasectomy days.
Get those cold corn buns. All right, you learned some stuff, right? You can save a little time and almost poke yourself in the eye with your glasses.
Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
You know what time it is.
I'm Jason from Paisley in Scotland. That's my cat Ripley from Paisley in Scotland. I just got in my mythical patch and pin badge, and it is time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Time.
Nice spread.
Yeah, I like it. Repping it over there in what I once thought was my homeland. Click the top link to find out if we can identify frozen foods just by sniffing them. And go mythical more.
And to find out where the wheel of mythicality is going to land.
The guy that I did my senior year of high school, when I broke up with him, because he was like coming over to my house all the time. I was like, dude, I don't want to actually see you. He thought I was a lesbian, and I was like, well, that's ridiculous.